It's that time, my friend. It is that time. I have been so excited all day long to do nothing more than to make my picks for week one, Pittsburgh Steelers, Atlanta Falcons. We will make the picks. We will answer all your questions, and then we will coast off into this weekend against the Atlanta Falcons down at Mercedes-Benz Stadium. And it's going to be a good time. Football is officially back. I hope everybody gets to enjoy it at least a little bit. And on top of that, it started last night, but it continues tonight. My wife, first off, told my wife about the Creed conversation we had yesterday. She was not happy about it. She was not a fan of that segment of ours. Second, I had the atypical, hey, just a heads up, this is not just a Thursday night game week in the NFL. And her reaction was pretty much exactly what you thought it was going to be of, are you kidding me? We're really going to do this? And I was like, we are actually. And then Saturday's football, and then Sunday's football, and then guess what? Monday football. So it never ends. It's a great week. It's a phenomenal weekend for all of us. Let's make our picks. First one of the season. I'm pumped. What do we got?
I'll give you the odds first. We'll make our score predictions, and then you can obviously go with the spread as well. The Steelers are 3.5-point underdogs going into Atlanta, with the over-under being at 41.5. Whenever I'm looking at my score prediction here, I don't expect a successful day for either offense. You got brand new offensive coordinators on both sides. You got brand new quarterbacks on both sides. For the Steelers, no matter who's in there, it's a brand new quarterback. So when I'm looking at this game, I'm looking at the Steelers defense to be able to try to keep them in it. But I'm also looking at a really underrated Atlanta Falcons defense that is going to give the Steelers fits, especially if it's a guy like Justin Fields, who's going to have to make a lot of this work with his legs. People are going to dislike me for this, and I'm not picking against them because I don't think they're horrible. But I'm going to go Atlanta Falcons 17, Pittsburgh Steelers 16. 1 touchdown for the Steelers, 2 for the Falcons, and a lot of field goals for the Steelers and Chris Paul as well.
Okay, so I got questions here, okay? So you're saying Kirk Cousins and Bijan Robinson only scored 2 touchdowns?
Yeah, because I think the Steelers defense is that good and healthy going into this week.
Okay. Who scores the touchdown for the Steelers?
I'll give it to, who have I said over the last couple of weeks is going to score the first touchdown of the season? Because it's going to be the only touchdown in this game based on my prediction. I'll give it to Pat.
I think you get it.
I think I gave it to Pat, so I'll go with Pat.
Okay. What's up, guys? It's football season, and we've teamed up with DraftKings. Right now, new customers who bet $5 will receive $250 in bonus bets instantly. Plus, you'll receive 1 month of NFL Plus Premium. It's hard to think of a better way to celebrate fall weather, your favorite jersey, and Sunday touchdowns than with the DraftKings Sportsbook app. Download the DraftKings app and use our promo code ALLSteelers. That's $250 in bonus bets instantly and 1 month of NFL Plus Premium after betting just $5. Stay in the action and use your $250 in bonus bets to bet anytime touchdowns on DraftKings. DraftKings is the place to bet touchdowns. If sports betting is not yet available in your state, don't worry. You could still join in on all the fun with DraftKings Daily Fantasy and have the shot to win cash prizes. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app now. New customers use my promo code ALLSteelers and bet just $5 on any wager and get $250 in bonus bets instantly. That's promo code ALLSteelers only at DraftKings Sportsbook. I'm going 3.5 here. Falcons. 41.5 on DraftKings. Shout out our boys at DraftKings. Ooh. Okay. I'm going Pittsburgh Steelers. Let's start Atlanta Falcons. I'm going Atlanta Falcons 20. Okay. Atlanta Falcons 20. We're talking 2 field goals, 2 touchdowns, 2 field goals. The defense does what they could here, but Kirk Cousins is Kirk Cousins. Bijan Robinson is Bijan Robinson. And on top of that, Zach Robinson, I have very high expectations for. Pittsburgh Steelers, because the kid likes to, he likes to take risks in this life. Pittsburgh Steelers 23. And I think that Kirk Cousins gets an opportunity to put this away at the end. And who gets to him late? no other than TJ Watt, who puts this game away on ice, hands it back to the offense, and the Pittsburgh Steelers leave Mercedes-Benz Stadium with the W. I'm saying 2 touchdowns, okay? 2 touchdowns, 3 field goals by Chris Boswell. My touchdowns here, Justin Fields gets in on that end zone, my friend. And maybe it's a 3-yard run, maybe it's a 30-yard run, maybe it's a 75-yard run. I don't care. Whatever that over is on rushing, you're hammering it. Hammering it. Second touchdown, Najee Harris. I'm going 2 rushing touchdowns on the day. Justin Fields, Najee Harris. Steelers pull away 23-20. It's a nail biter, and I was going to go low. I was going to go real low. And then I watched Kansas City, Baltimore last night, and my brain went, the NFL might be back. The NFL we might be scoring points here, because that game last night should have been 15-14 Kansas City off of some nonsense, or 21-13 Kansas City wins because Xavier Worthy's a monster. I don't care what it was. It shouldn't have came down to a nearly 28-28 last second. We came an inch away from scoring potentially 35 points in this game on opening night. That doesn't happen. So the way I look at it, 23-20, the NFL is back. The Pittsburgh Steelers are going to shock the world, I guess, against Atlanta. I don't know about that one, but Atlanta's defense doesn't really scare me as much as, on paper it does, just because the front is not as good as the back. And if you could protect yourself against Matthew Judon, which I think the Steelers have the bodies to do so with Troy Fautanu and Darnell Washington both playing, you could make it work. Justin Fields is going to do what he can. It's in Atlanta. He gets an opportunity to prove himself, and I just think that the Steelers are going to inch their way into a victory here, 23-20. We'll see who wins. This is a good one. I like that we're starting the season opposite ends here, because right off the bat, that gives us an opportunity for one of us to win by the end of the season.
Yeah, I'm hoping you're right, but at the same time, This is one of those games that whenever we initially did our predictions, which is a couple months ago when the schedule came out, I had this as a win. But as everything has progressed, as the preseason has progressed, this is one that I flopped to a loss, and I believe this is the only one as of right now, because, of course, the regular season hasn't begun. You can't really change expectations too much based on preseason, but based on where the Steelers are at going into this game and how everything has played out to this point, it just feels like the Falcons are a team that right now are going to get the edge. I think they're close. And like I said, I don't think either offense is going to have a successful game. And I think part of that is going to be because I expect the Steelers defense to be very good on Sunday, but it just feels to me that the Falcons are going to be able to edge this one out at home.
We'll see. I'm feeling good with the Pittsburgh Steelers. I think the defense does enough. I think the defense looks scary good, but Kirk Cousins is Kirk Cousins at the end of the day. You're just not going to shut that man down. He actually, crazy thought here, I was having a conversation with Chris Halleck earlier today. Kirk Cousins has, I want to say, thrown for more passing yards since becoming a starter than any other quarterback in the NFL, or that was in the NFL, including Tom Brady. That's nuts to me. That is a crazy stat. Kirk Cousins, I said it perfectly earlier. I'll say it perfectly again. Kirk Cousins is going to do everything he could possibly do to get you just about where you want to be as a football team. You're not going to win a Super Bowl, but man, you're going to look good on the way. So the Pittsburgh Steelers are up for a challenge, but I think the defense comes through, and I think Justin Fields does just enough to inch him by. We'll see what happens Sunday. Let's talk about game time. I could still taste the popcorn and the soda and smell the beer of my first Pittsburgh Steelers game. And yeah, the Jacksonville Jaguars might have won that day, but I will never forget how loud Heinz Field was and how rocking that stadium was on the North Shore. GameTime has this new feature called GameTime Picks that makes things like getting tickets to see your favorite teams play live even easier. GameTime Picks filters out all the fluff to show you only incredible deals on great seats, so you don't have to waste time searching through thousands of tickets. I have an upcoming concert in Cleveland the day after the Pittsburgh Steelers play against the Browns, and instead of sitting there clicking on every single section, I'm just going to use GameTime Picks. Let's talk about why it's so great. Curation makes it easier to save more on sports, concerts, comedy, theater, etc. On top of that, you get all-in pricing, which means that you get the total cost up front with no surprise fees at checkout. On top of that, you get seat views, because nobody wants to buy some nosebleed seats for cheap and take a guess on whether you're staring at a pole or you just got the greatest deal in the entire venue. Plus, the lowest price guaranteed, or GameTime will credit you 110% of the difference. GameTime ticket coverage means that your purchase is covered with the most flexible customer service policy in the ticketing industry. Take the guesswork out of buying tickets with GameTime. Download the GameTime app, create an account, and use code ALLSteelers for $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. Again, create an account and redeem code ALLSTEELERS for $20 off. Download GameTime today. Last minute tickets, low prices, guaranteed.